The call came just after midnight, her voice calm, too calm, a stranger's tone wearing her skin. "Can we talk?" she asked. No tremor, no warmth, a request stripped of affection. I stared at the glowing screen longer than I answered. By the time the line connected, the silence between us already felt like a confession. I listened. Nothing but shallow breaths, faint voices in the background, muffled laughter that wasn't mine. Then a hurried goodbye. The phone slipped from my hand. My reflection in the black glass looked foreign, hollow-eyed, jaw clenched, unmoving. That was the first fracture. The soundless crack that split my world open. I didn't rage, didn't cry. I simply sat there in the dark, counting the seconds between her words and the laughter bleeding through. Each gap told me more than her voice ever did. I knew then something had rotted in the walls of my marriage. And rot spreads quietly until the whole house collapses. The pieces began showing themselves. Small, harmless, if I wanted to believe. She guarded her phone like a lifeline. She smiled when messages lit her screen, the kind of smile she hadn't aimed at me in years. She worked late. Too late. Always late. Her family looked at me differently too. Her sisters lingered less, their eyes darting like they were hiding a crime. Her parents smiled too tightly, as if pity and guilt had married in their throats. At first, I told myself I was paranoid, that long hours had carved this distance, that marriage simply decays with time. But then came the moments too sharp to ignore, her perfume lingering when she hadn't hugged me, a shirt buttoned wrong in haste, the faint shadow of lipstick not hers on my collar. The worst betrayal is not the act itself, but the performance, the pretending, the script they rehearse daily to keep you blind. I didn't confront her, not yet. I smiled when she came home late. I nodded when she claimed exhaustion. I played the fool convincingly. But inside, I was counting. Every lie, every glance, every night she left me alone in a bed that had turned into a stage for her deceit. I moved in silence. My rage wore gloves. Phone records, bank statements, patterns of absences. I learned her schedule better than she knew it herself. She was careless because she believed me weak, predictable, loyal. I became a shadow trailing her life. I saw her car parked blocks away from where she claimed to be. I noted the hotel receipts, the late-night charges, the sudden interest in new clothes. I tested without asking. DNA swabs from the toothbrushes. I sent them in under another name. The results confirmed what my gut already screamed. The son I had raised was not mine. The night I read the report, I sat in silence for hours, my hands folded, my breath steady. Betrayal like this doesn't ignite fire. It freezes you. Every memory rewrote itself in that moment. Every kiss became a lie. Every "I love you" became a rehearsed line. Every smile a mask. And still, I didn't confront. Not yet. Confrontation is mercy. Exposure is strategy. I wanted her truth to collapse under its own weight, not mine. The confrontation was almost quiet enough to miss. I placed the DNA results on the kitchen counter. No words, just the folder. She picked it up. Her fingers trembled as she unfolded the pages. Her eyes darted across the text, widening with each line. "Where did you?" she started, but I cut her off with silence. I simply stared, a stare colder than any curse. Her body shook. Tears came quick. Her mouth formed apologies she didn't yet speak. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't move. My calm was more violent than rage. The room felt like a courtroom, and she had just read her own sentence. When she begged, I listened. When she reached for me, I stepped back. Her parents called me days later, voices heavy with persuasion. "Family stays together," they said. "Mistakes happen." Her sisters echoed the same. pleading wrapped in accusation. They wanted me to forgive, not because she deserved it, but because my refusal exposed them all. They knew. They always knew. They protected her lies and let me rot inside them. So I left. Not with fury, but with precision. I signed the divorce papers in silence. I built my company from nothing but focus and sleepless nights. I bought a house brick by brick, dollar by dollar, alone. Years passed. Success became my revenge. Independence, my shield. Now they come knocking. Her sisters, her parents. Eyes hungry for the life they once dismissed, furious that the door stays locked. I do not let them in. I live in silence now, silence of my choosing. They rage outside my gates, furious at the life I built without them. Furious that betrayal didn't break me, but forged me sharper. I feel nothing when I see their names on my phone. No anger, no longing, just absence. Because the truth is simple. They are strangers who once wore familiar faces, and I owe nothing to strangers. The finality sits heavy, but clean. I turn off the phone, lock the door, sit in the house that is mine alone. The last words I spoke to her echo even now, low and cold. You chose your side, and I chose to never stand there again.